According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, more than 2.7 million persons have been displaced in northeast Nigeria by a raging insurgency. 10 years of violence, showing no signs of abating. Now it's becoming hydra-headed, spreading to other parts of the country. Scattered across the country are Nigerians who have been forced to flee their ancestral homes and escape to cities around, but not all of them are in the northeast. Some are here, down south, in the heartbeat of the nation, Edo State, about 1,200 kilometers away from Borno State. Somewhere in Edo State's Ovia Northeast local government, about 30 kilometers from Benin, the state capital, is Uwagwa, the host community of an internally displaced persons camp. We're on our way to the International Christian Center, a religious organization involved in missionary and humanitarian activities across rural communities in Nigeria. Set up in 1992 as a home for the needy, it is now the permanent site of the camp, housing at least 3,000 displaced persons. The large expanse of land, the lush surroundings with towering trees and green grass, shields this community from the outside world. This 30-hectare facility is the home to thousands of internally displaced persons from Nigeria's northeast. They are the victims of insurgency, far away from where they used to call home. It is a mix of happy people, despite the challenges they are faced with daily. Their right to peace and security has been infringed upon, and now they find solace and shelter in a strange but now familiar place. The first set of IDPs arrived here in 2014, and since then, thousands have been admitted to the camp. Men, women, children, mostly from Borno and Adamawa states, are taking refuge here. Some widows and widowers, orphans, others with scarred but complete families. It's disheartening to see children make up a large percentage of the population in this community. Some were even born here. While some of them may have moved on from the horrific experiences insurgency gave, many are yet to wake up from the nightmares and recover from the trauma. Within the camp, hundreds of children live in small, overcrowded houses or tents, while others sleep outside due to lack of accommodation. A large number of IDPs sleep inside this tent. Mattresses stacked upon each other, some clean and others not so clean. But that's how they manage here. The camp is a place of communal living, and in these days of a raging pandemic, the concept of social distancing doesn't apply here. Conditions like this pose a great challenge to containing a possible spread of a viral disease like COVID-19. No one is wearing a face mask, neither did we spot sanitizers.
Then if you look at the hostels are over-congested. There's this message of social distancing, COVID-19. At least the families, whatever, there should be social distancing. But in this kind of situation, what do we do? In a house where we have over 400 females in the house, in some of the hostels we have more than 300 children in the house, young children, below 5, 2 years, a year, 10 years, just different ages. But mainly children, we don't really have, in short, the accommodation is over-congested. They don't even have mattresses. Some of them sleep on bare floor. The windows, even the wooden houses that we are managing from time to time, the windows are all bad, the doors are bad. If you look through now we are in the rainy season. Before the rains, the children can spread out and sleep. But now during the rain, some of them will be stranded. They will have to sit. They will have to sit down. Some of them will be sitting and sleeping, while some they lie on top of it. It's just God. So we need help. It's not easy at all, because we don't want them to go back and start remembering, because it was no fault of theirs. These are people who just woke up one day and saw that things have started to fall apart in their country. They didn't call for this. It's not their fault.
Perhaps one of the greatest challenges in this camp is food shortage and the lack of essential drugs. The sacks of food roll in, but that's just a fraction of what's actually needed in the camp. Food is scarce and never enough for the teeming population. Hunger is lurking around, and the IDPs have to wait hours to get a meal daily. The smoke is rising, taking over the atmosphere, and it can only mean one thing: the IDPs get to have a meal. Women are busy in the camp kitchen cooking lunch. Cooking is done at this central point, and everything has to be managed.
Abinci ba tuwo, ku taimake mu ba abinci, yaran mu suna kukan yunwa, ba abinci a kamp namu, ku taimake mu da tuwo, abinci ne damuwar mu, ku taimake mu kusu ba abinci, don Allah don Annabi. Muna cikin garin Edo State a nan, mu ma hijira ne. Ina son gaya ma manyoyinmu na Najeriya gaba daya. Na fito daga cikin baga, hijira ne ya kawo mu zuwa nan, kuma wahala ne ya kawo mu zuwa nan. Ina roƙon jama'a gaba ɗaya, manyanmu na Najeriya gaba ɗaya, muna bukatan abinci a wannan sansani. Muna da yawa, kar su manta da mu, duka abin da za su kai ma hijira su tuna da mu a nan wajen. Muna karancin abinci a wannan lokaci, mu ma 'yan Najeriya ne, mu ma 'yan hijira ne, kar su juya mana baya, saboda mun shiga kunci muna cikin damuwan abinci. Musamman Buhari da shi baban mu zulum ya taimake mu, mu ma yayanmu ne, mu 'yan kasa ne, so muna da yanci da cewa za a ba mu rabon abincin mu a nan wajen. A taimake mu, yaya suna kukan yunwa nan wajen. Shugaban Solomon ya rike mu a nan, ya ba mu abinci, yana kula da mu. Inda karfin shi ya kasa, muna roƙon jama'a masu hali da gwamnatin Najeriya duka su taimake mu da abinci. Muna cikin karancin abinci, muna bukatan takardu, uniform da sauran books. Akwai marayu, akwai gwamnati nan, akwai gajiyayyu, akwai nakasassu, so su tura da mu a cikin wannan halin da muka iske kanmu. ina roƙon jama'a duk wanda yake sauraron mu a wannan lokaci mai hali ya tuna da mu. Mun shiga karancin abinci, shine roƙon mu ga jama'a duka.
It is now time for lunch and everyone is highly expectant. They can only make do with what's available, steaming hot porridge in this black bowl. When a meal is prepared for the day, children in groups gather around the meat-filled tattered bowl. The head of the group shares the food, one spoon at a time, so no one feels cheated. It is the same situation in different quarters of the camp, where food sharing is ongoing. Although today's meal is sorted, the caregivers are worried. What will the IDPs eat next?
One of the challenges that women and children face in this camp is that we need sanitary pads. We don't usually have sanitary pads for the women. And generally, the most important, the most critical need we have in this camp now is food. There is no food at all. The children are hungry. We have a lot of widows. They are hungry. You see widows who, over the years, we've tried to help them to overcome the trauma they've gone through. Now, they were happy thinking that everything is okay. The next thing now, because of the COVID-19, the fallout of the COVID-19, there is no food. For the COVID-19, on the average, at least for me, we normally have cook 15 bags of rice. Just on the average, not that it's not even something that is enough, something just for them to keep body and soul going. But now, for us to even cook 2 times a day, it's just the grace of God. At times we wake up a day, we wake up each day, we don't even have any food. We just look up to sky, look up to heaven, we pray. And even as at now, we've gone to different places in the market. We bought food, stuff on credit. We are just believing God. We are owing huge amount of money just to make sure that they don't die. They feed. Things are not so easy for us. There is real hunger in the camp. The children, they need food. The widows, they need food. If you just go around, you see them everywhere. Even when they were sharing food the way they are, they really need food. They will need sanitary pads.
Putting seasonal hunger away, many IDPs are learning and making the most of their time here. The camp over the years provide basic education. Many of the IDPs in their spare time find time to study. This we noticed as we moved around the camp. The camp has become a melting pot for all of them. They have different stories to tell. Gathered here are students of tertiary institutions who have hurting memories coupled with tales of achievements far away from home.
I came here as a result of Boko Haram insurgency that's going on in the northeast part of Nigeria. I lost my home, I lost my everything. I think then I was in school, I lost education, I got disconnected from education. My family went scattered. I remember when this incident happened, we were sleeping in the mountain, running helter-skelter. But God made a way through Pastor Solomon. So we got to know about him, that he helps the needy. He helps those that are less privileged. So that was why through him we now get to know this center, that's home for the needy. So when we came here, we find a place, we find a rest. You know, we've gone through a lot of trauma. Seeing Boko Haram, like person like me, I've seen Boko Haram face to face. It's God that rescued me. I've seen many armed men, and when I came here, I had a lot of trauma. I was not even having hope of going to school because of what I passed through. Anytime I sit down, at times I would just cry. I would just think, oh God, why is life treating me like? But my dream was to become a medical doctor. And finally God has made it. 2019 to 2020, I got admission to study medicine and surgery.
Brief Katuali was a minor when a community in Gwoza local government area of Borno State was attacked by insurgents. She spent days on the mountains before she found her way to Adamawa State and then Edo State. She's now studying law at the Edo University, Iyamo.
I came here 2014, and this was as a result of a Boko Haram attack. They attacked our community in the year 2013. And after the attack, they burnt our house and we lost everything that we had. And we don't have option that to leave because they kept attacking us constantly. And after the attack, we now relocate to Adamawa State. Even after we still settled down in Adamawa State, they kept attacking us. And from there, we were like, don't know where to go. And after we went to Yola, from Yola to Jos, and we now come to, because of those, as when we keep moving from one place to another, there was no food, no school, we lost hope. I don't even think I will still go to school. Then after that, we heard about this place, and I came here 2014. Presently, I'm going to 300 level. I'm reading law at Edo University Iyamo. And currently, as we are going to start another new session, we are expected to pay our school fees, accommodation, and other things like buying books and feeding and others. So we are appealing to our governor that he should stretch his hand towards this place, because if he no help us at this time that we need school fees and others, we'll be stranded and all our effort will be kind of frustrated. So we want him to come and help us because we are desperately in need of help at this moment. We heard about all the good works that he has been doing. He has been hard working since he entered he started his tenure. So we believe that with that good heart that you have, you should also stretch out his hands to where this place come and help us. Like we are supposed to be benefiting from all the things that indigenous of Borno State are benefiting, like scholarship and other things. So we want him to help us in the aspect of our education and other areas.
2013, they attacked my community, and to the extent that because our community, there's one mountain they call Mandra Mountain. So it's very, very popular mountain. So our community is just very close to the mountain. So we share. So when they attacked us, so we have to run to that mountain for refuge. And in that mountain, where we now carry some foodstuff there, so that at least, because if you go back to the house, they will now kill us, because they have even burnt house and everything. So the foodstuff that we are able to carry small to the mountain so that we can eat, then God finished that time. So there's nothing we can do. And thank God, in the mountain we have some of the fruits that we can eat and some water brooks that is there. So we were now feeding on some of the fruits and the rest. And it now came to pass that even the fruits got finished and everything like that. So we even started, some of us even started feeding on the grass, feeding on anything that is just available. Like till today, there are some of my siblings I have not even seen and nor heard from them. So that's how life has been.
While it may look like there is hope, these students have just one appeal to the governors of Adamawa and Borno states, as well as other well-meaning Nigerians. Look our way, they tell us, with burning passion in their eyes. They're asking that their future be secured. They need sponsors for their tertiary education to lighten the burden on the management of the camp. This uncompleted building also serves as a class for the young ones. Because facilities are not readily in place, it is a struggle to learn. There are just a few desks and chairs in the classrooms, and not all of them are in good condition.
Here we have nursery school, we have primary school, we have secondary school. For the nursery and this primary school, we have over 2,000 students in the various classes, shared across from nursery 1 to primary 5. And in the secondary school, we have over 1,800 or 2,000 plus in the secondary school. In the secondary school, we need a lot of, there are a lot of needs. They need notebooks. A lot of them don't have uniform. In fact, we need teachers. We need teachers. These teachers are stressed out because the population compared to the numbers of teachers we have is, in fact, is a very big challenge at the moment. So we need the government to come in that area to employ more teachers to assist the students also. After all those incidents, you see, they are still hardworking, they are still determined, they are brilliant, and they are very, very serious in their education. Last year, we have over 100 students who wrote JAM, and more than 100 had 200 and above, and they got admission. Unfortunately, the camp was not able to shoulder the responsibility in making sure they all go back to school or go to university.
The healthcare, we just have, I don't know, it's just a small healthcare center that we have. Maybe as we are going, you can take a shot of it. It has about 4 rooms. We're just managing it for this crowd of over 4,575 persons, to be precise, 4,575 persons. So when they fall sick, when we have, at times we have emergency case, we have to rush them to UBTH. At times there will be no money. We run around. It's not really easy at all. We don't have ambulance, like I said before. Even right now, we don't have medicines. Just little medicines we just manage, and the children, they pray to God, God helps them. But apart from that, the healthcare challenges, we really need ambulance. We need a bigger health center. We need medicines of all kinds of things. Even for at times when they get injured, we need medicines and things to treat their injuries and all that. This period now, we have a lot of cases of malaria. No medicine to help them. The medicines are not enough, so we need medicines to treat malaria. So many medicines to treat them, and the cases that we cannot handle, we need to take them to the health center. We don't have to like UBTH and all these hospitals around. So we need vehicles, we need ambulance in case when we have emergencies.
In the midst of their obvious problems, they still find time for recreational activities within the camp and engage in games of their choice. Running around and playing with much enthusiasm and zest.
My name is Dogara John. I like to play football. I like Baka. I am supporting Messi. I want to play like Messi.
For some, basketball is a favorite. Others prefer dribbling and playing football. They gather all around, thinking of the past, living in the present, and concerned for tomorrow, trying to forget the machete attacks, the sound of bombs and terrifying faces of insurgents. They might have seen the worst and watched loved ones die in the hands of insurgents. Time and love is healing their scarred hearts as they look forward to what the future has in store for them. And while they are grateful to be alive, it is a cry for help to the federal and state governments, as well as non-governmental organizations and well-meaning individuals to save this community from hunger and other challenges.